call just to celebrate, oh. Like saying now you're buying, no. My baby, one day. Breakfast on the jet, you know. Cruising, that's reject, oh. That day, not today, you know. Big things are happening now. More this, more that, more grace, oh. More cash, more babes, oh. More cars. Big things are happening now. More this, more that, more grace, oh. More cash, more babes, oh. More cars. And every shine like, oh, 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 oh. Yeah, oh, oh, oh. Give me that, oh.
All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. My name is Nzali, and this is Nzali Takes Africa. So excited to be back here with you all today. Make sure that you also are following me on Instagram. It is at Nzali Takes Africa. Also, I have a virtual assistant business called She Works Digital Africa. You can find my weekly Friday lives on my YouTube channel. There is literally a playlist for those. And you can also follow us on Instagram, SWD Africa. Hey, y'all. What did I say? Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey, we are back. We are back. We are back for another review for Young, Famous, and African. Honestly, y'all, I am so happy that I decided to jump into reviewing because number one, I love watching this show and I love talking to y'all about stuff that's just like not that serious. Right? I love it. I love it. I love it. So for this particular video, we're going to be looking at season 3, episode number 2. And I want to tell y'all, let me tell you who didn't come to play. In season 3 of Young, Famous, and African, who didn't come to play was Lou. Lou, where is Lou over here? Where is Lou? Lou's somewhere over there. Okay, he's somewhere over there. But Lou did not come to play. That's what I do know. And so with this season 3, episode 2, we start off with Luis telling us that he's not taking no disrespect in 2025. Okay, I'm pretty sure they filmed this in 2024. But we're watching in 2025, so that's what we're going to say. Lou is standing on business. He said there's not going to be any disrespect. And if there is, I am addressing it. So, of course, everybody is always in Lou's business about who he's dating, who he wants to date, who he wants to be the surrogate mother for his children, yada, yada, yada. So, in this conversation, Lou is denying his little... Well, I can't say little because that was a grown woman, okay? She looked much older than him. But nonetheless, he's denying his friend. Okay? He's saying, we're just friends. We're friends, right? And I think the reason that he's doing that is because the new girl, the one right here in the red, she is fine, okay? And Lou want a piece of that. And she's still older than him. I think she's like 4 years older than him. He's 30. Let me take these off. He's 30. She's 34. But he got his eye on her. I told y'all in the last video, Lou like himself an older woman. He don't want nobody his age. He don't want nobody his age. So, of course, he has his eye on the new girl. Therefore, now it's time to deny the older woman that he was, that was his date to Zari's wedding. So, honestly, I think that Lou has a thing for the older women because he has like some family issues. You know, he was excommunicated from the Jehovah's Witness church. And I think because he doesn't really have that family unit, like what is it, like your core family unit, he's like seeking the nurturing in so many different places. And I think a lot of that comes from the always wanting to be up under a woman, the need to want children, even though you don't have a like stable partner, and his interest always in like fine women, you know, fine older women in a sense. So, you know, that's what Lou says. Lou say, I'm out here in the streets. I'm for everybody. I'm not a one woman man. That's what he told us. So, you know, while they're having this little, you know, luncheon type of thing, Zari comes in, boss lady comes in Okay, and Boss Lady is giving us Lover Girl. Every time Zari crosses the screen this season, she be tiptoeing in her heels. Our T.S. Madison said, tiptoeing in my heels. What you doing, girl? Tiptoeing in my heels. She be tiptoeing in her heels, and she got her young boo as her handbag. Okay. She be carrying that man like he her handbag. And I ain't mad at her because he's a fine handbag. So I'm not gonna hate on her. I'm not gonna hate on her. But she comes on in, she's in her Lover Girl era, and she immediately addresses the new girl. She's like, what was up with you sashaying through my wedding like that? I mean, you have to appreciate it. This is one of the things that I really love about Zari. This is one of the things that I really love about, to be honest, South African women and like East African women, some of them are, especially South African women though, they're way more direct, right? Nigerian women too. Nigerian women too. But they're so direct. So she didn't waste no time. She was like, girl, I don't even know you. You were somebody's plus one. How you just gonna come stomping, model walking through my wedding? And so she got right to it. And her and the girl were able to kind of squash it. But homegirl, what's her name? Kafiliwe? Zafiliwe? Oh, child, let me get her name again. And I hope I'm saying it right. If not, y'all in the comments, do the pronunciation for me. I don't know. Zafiliwe? Let me see. I have it written down. Kafiliwe. Kafiliwe. So yeah, her and Kafiliwe were able to kind of squash it, but she was like, clock it. I see the attitude. I see what type of energy Zari has. You can talk to me like that this time, but don't make it a habit. Okay. So in her confessional, she's kind of like, okay, Zari, I see you. We see each other. So that, I mean, they were able to kind of smooth it on out, but I definitely feel like that is the beginnings of some type of something between the two. One of the things that I also realized about this conversation that they were having over like lunch is that everybody is always trying to out Lewis, specifically Fontana. And I'm confused because for a woman who don't want him, you sure be giving him a lot of attention. A lot of unnecessary attention. So Fontana and Lewis get the arguing at the table, and she's basically trying to call him out about not claiming the older woman who he came to the thing with. And I'm thinking, girl, is Diamond claiming you? When Diamond started claiming you, Lou will start claiming the old lady that officiated Zari's wedding. And if that never happens, why are you upset, child? When Lewis told her, I mean, you were effing Diamond in 2.2 seconds. Calm down, girl. I fell out because it was what I was thinking. I was thinking like, okay, why are you so much in his business about who he's dating, not dating, friends with, having sex with, whatever, when you got a whole situation over here with Diamond where he's not claiming you? You quickly jumped into bed with this man, as they've made it look on the show. We don't know for real. We were not in the bedroom. But as they made it look on the show, that you quickly were in bed with this man and you were arguing with his baby's mother and y'all don't have nothing. And he still has a whole woman that he's flaunting all over social media. And that woman isn't you. So what is all of this energy? She has like some real underlying something about Lou. And I'm so confused because she played him last season like she didn't want him. The conversation got so heated, Lou, because you remember, I said season number 3, Lou said ain't no disrespect happening. Lou said, where is the music? Fontana, where is the music? He said, you don't even have 3 solid songs. We don't know who you are. And as a person who's been living in Ghana for the last 8 years, I would have to agree. I don't know Fontana. I don't know her music. I've seen her in one video. I know her mother is like in Parliament or something. But we don't know Fontana in Ghana, so I don't know. trying to figure it out too. She gets up because she always likes to go super aggressive. She gets up, rah 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 Fontana, and says, "Of course, people know me. DJ Naked is the one who brought me to South Africa. Blah blah blah. He probably has my whole EP in his phone." Child. Last season, Condi said, "Men will leave you in the desert without water." And that is exactly what Naked did. Naked left Fontana in the desert without water, just like Diamond did in season 2, because Naked got in his confessional and said, what 3 songs? I don't think Fontana has 3 songs. Woo, child, wonder how she feel about that. I know this show doesn't have reunions, but girl, if they had a reunion and I was Fontana, I'd be like, Nikki, you're gonna have to address that because you're the one who booked me for South Africa. But nonetheless, Nikki said, what 3 songs? And in my mind, I said, great question. Great question. And so basically, the moral of the story for that conversation that they had over lunch was that Luis is not playing with y'all hoes. Luis said, I did not come to play with you hoes. He is not playing. And I'm enjoying it because last season I felt like people were really ganging up on him. Swanky, Fontana, girl that's not there this year, thank God. They were all just really like piling up on him. And he's like, like a sensible guy. So I was just like, I wasn't feeling that stuff. I'm happy that he's putting his foot down. Okay. So next you have Zari and her husband. And they sit down and they have a conversation. And basically he's bringing up the fact that he doesn't like how touchy feely Zari and Diamond can be sometimes when they're in his presence, and he feels like that's disrespectful. And one of the things that I like about him, even though he's young, I think the last episode they said he was 27, but one of the things I like about him is that he's a very clear, straightforward, to the point communicator. And I think for him to be married to an older woman, that's something that she probably respects about him. It's a sign of maturity. It's a sign that like he knows how to like handle himself and his emotions. He doesn't get super riled up. None of that. He's just like real clear. And I'm like, yeah. So I like his energy. Like I like what I'm seeing of him. I was a little nervous for Zari because I'm like, younger man, older woman, you know how that thing can go. But the way he's coming across and how he's communicating, I'm actually feeling it. What I'm not feeling is, Zari, now you know I love you, but let me come in close, sis. You need to let Diamond know the boundaries. Because if you want your marriage to work, you're going to have to let him know the boundaries. I'll just say that, and I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to shift on. Float on. We're going to float on to Diamond and dumbass Spencer. I need to stop cussing, y'all. We're going to float on to Diamond and Boo Boo the Fool Fontana. So they go into the studio. Usually when you're in the studio, you're doing what? Making music. But here we have Fontana in the studio again with Diamond. And what is she not doing? Making music. Hence why Naked, the DJ, and Lewis at the beginning of the episode are asking, where is the music? What are your 3 songs? Because you remember last season when she first had her first like solo scene with Diamond, it was in a studio and they did not stay that long. What did they do? Tiptoe right on up to a bedroom. And that is the same thing that happened in this scene. It's like, girl, you coming to ask him about his girlfriend, which you shouldn't be asking him about because you said at the beginning that this was going to be something casual. So if it's casual, why are you asking him about his woman? Why you want to know? You said it was casual. The second thing, you said that you're young, fabulous. You just want to get something from Diamond. What are you getting outside of the peen? Because if it were me, I'm thinking, okay, Diamond is a world-renowned artist. I'm an upcoming artist. He has studio time. We're filming. Every time I would meet up with Diamond. It would be in the studio and we would be making some music. And then we would get to the other part. Unless they didn't show it to us, right? But the way that it was shown, it looks like you went there to question him about some stuff you shouldn't have questioned him about. You are there not promoting your music, which is what you are, an artist. And he was gaslighting you and manipulating you up out your panties again. Not that he had to work very hard, because the pants you had on, all your booty was out anyway. Diamond is making Fontana look easy, simple, and basic. And I pray to the Lord that she in real life is not messing with that man. I pray that she's really not messing with that man, because, girl, it is not a good look. And speaking of Diamond, Diamond meets up with Zari and their children. And let me tell you, this is a very important scene to let us know the type of man that Diamond really is. And let me tell you why. Diamond is there trying to play victim. Diamond, who was cheating on Zari when he had her. Diamond, who last season set Fontana up to disrespect his baby mama. Diamond, who is playing up and down, got up on our TV screen with his children under the protection of his children and played victim. Diamond is manipulative. He used his children to try to place guilt on Zari. You're there telling your children, oh, I haven't talked to you because your mother wouldn't allow me to talk to you. And Zari comes and says, it was during the week. The children never have their phones during the week, and you know that. He knew that. He knew that when he said it. He knew it when he called the kids in the week, knowing that they wouldn't have their phones during the week because they don't allow their children to be on social media and have phones during the week. You knew that. Still, you did it again. You mentioned it in front of your children to try to guilt their mother. Diamond is manipulative. Diamond is egotistical. And another thing that I didn't like is that he took this victim posture, but you know that you don't have access to your ex-wife and the mother of your children in the way that you did before, because you opened up the door for people to disrespect her. One of the things that comes with being married to a man is protection. One of the things that comes with having children for someone or with someone is protection. Diamond did not protect Zari last year until the very end of that season by making Fontana look crazy. But he still didn't fully protect her because he was pillow talking and running his mouth and talking trash about her to other women. And I'm pretty sure if he did it with Fontana, he did it with a whole bunch of other women. So he opened the door for disrespect. Now he is confused about why she's treating him accordingly. And all of this is separate from her having another relationship and a husband now. Just even if she wasn't married, she should have created distance between her and Diamond, because Diamond let that woman disrespect her. He opened the door and he sprinkled a little gasoline on a fire. And that was not cool. And you know what really stuck out to me in this scene? Something that he said. He said in his confessional, I can leave you with the kids forever. And I said, boom. Now you showing your real color. Now you showing your hand. This is what Diamond has been using to control Zari all of this time. He has been threatening that lady with abandonment. And the reason that that is important is because if you know anything about Zari's history, her other husband died and she had 3 other children. So she's been a single mother before. She has been abandoned by her husband, even though it's because of death. She was a widow. She knows what that feels like. I'm sure she has some trauma or some fear associated or attached with that. And he knows that. And so then he uses that to keep her in place, to keep her in attachment to him in some type of way. Because all this talk about, but we're family, but we're family. You are her kid's father. She has a husband. She has children. That is her family. You are her children's father. Your family are the children. Okay, but he's been using that. And then what that also let me know is he don't give two F's about them kids. Because what man who cares about their children, who wants to be with their children, would threaten the mother that he leaves them forever? So you don't want to see your kids? Diamond is manipulative, y'all. He's been playing this cool cucumber. Oh, it's me, Diamond Platinum. Diamond is the real villain. I'm telling y'all, Diamond is the real villain on this show. And this situation that he's having between him, Zari, and her new husband, and how he's showing up very passive aggressively, I might add, this is showing his true colors. Just saying. So then we move right on along. Swanky and Nadia have a little, conversation. This is the tale of the plus ones. Zari comes on in red. Loved it. And this is how the issues are made. While they're there, they are playing telephone. Well, when we were at your wedding, Annie did this. When I was talking with Fontana, she said Annie said this. This whole telephone game, passing the information, carrying the bones. This is how the issues are made and formed. So now Swanky and Zari have left that conversation hot and upset with Ani. Rightfully so, because Ani was talking a whole bunch of crap. I'm not saying they're wrong, but I'm just saying Nadia had an issue with Annie. Nadia then wanted the other people to have issues with Annie, so she went ahead and spread the information because she could have said nothing, right? But she didn't. She made sure to drop that tea so that the other people could be on her side when they have a confrontation or another group outing and Annie is present. And then boom, Ani is like, well, two can play that game. If y'all gonna make a little alliance over there, let me go ahead and get over here with the new girl who don't really know me that much, Kafiliwe, and I'm gonna make an alliance with her. So she meets up with her. They actually kind of click. I don't really know why, because they don't really seem to have a lot in common outside of being mothers, but I'm not a mother, so I don't know what that instantaneous bond feels like. But nonetheless, Annie needs somebody to film with that's not gonna cuss her out every 5 seconds. And the new girl is trying to fill out the whole crew. So her and Annie are hanging out and they like each other. And I also kind of feel like lines were drawn in the sand there. Okay. So Diamond and Shakib, I think that's how you say his name, Zari's new husband, they meet up. And I told y'all, I think I'm gonna like this Shakib guy. I think I'm gonna like Shakib because I like a man who know how to communicate. And what he did was so perfect. Shakib came in because see, he done peeped Diamond. He been watching. He came in. The first thing he did was compliment Diamond. I said, this young man know what he doing. Okay, first thing out the gate, he came in real humble. Hello, my brother. You know, we took that picture way, way back, maybe 10 years ago. I've always been a big fan of you. You know, Diamond's egotistical. I'm Diamond Platinums. I'm Diamond Platinums. You know, he got a big head. So Shakib came in humble, immediately disarmed Diamond. Diamond was expecting some back and forth, right? So he comes in, yeah, I'm a fan. Because you know that's what Diamond be saying in his head. Oh, he a fan of me. When he got over me, he ain't got much money as me. He ain't got me. You know, that's what he's, you know how men do. So he says, I'm a fan. So what else you gonna say? I told you I was a fan, right? So he says he's been a fan. Then he goes into what his real issue is. The behavior between Diamond and Zari, he feels like that's a little bit disrespectful. You know, him saying that Zari, you know, he had a concert in East Africa telling the people that Zari wants to have his baby, dedicating songs to her and all that kind of stuff. Knowing that because he's a musical artist, that song's going to be played all over the country. It's going to be fodder for laughter for the masses. And so Diamond being Diamond, I'm gonna be like, Diamond be lying. Okay. Diamond is up there like, oh, it was Zari. Zari is the one who did this. She's the one who said she wanted to have my baby when she was with you, blah, blah, blah. Trying to play a real cool. don't believe him. We're going to see because they're all supposed to have a conversation together, but we're going to see. But as of right now, Diamond be lying real proper like. So DJ Naked's girl, which I still can't remember this girl name, but nonetheless, DJ Naked girlfriend has this Diamonds and Pearls event. You can give me diamonds and pearls. You can be a happy boy girl. And I don't for you, my love. First of all, everybody look good, but honey, they was not happy boys or girls. Child, this Diamond and Pearls event, usually when people dress up, they want to act right. They want to act better. Not this group. No, not this group. They got dressed up to come to us with the bull. And let me tell you who was the head BIC. HBIC, Zari. Zari came in with fire. Immediately, Zari started picking them off down the line. So you said this, Annie? You come to my wedding, bro? She had that little short hair. So you come to my wedding? I said, oh. Woo, child. I don't even know what to say. That dinner was a hot mess. Zari started talking to Annie, like, what's this? You talking about my husband? You talking about my family? You want to talk about me? Let's talk about Tubaba and all his kids, allegedly. That's not yours, allegedly. Let's talk about your husband having babies all up and down the African continent with all the African queens. You are my African queen. He had more than one. According to Zari, Baba had more than one African queen. Every city he sang African queen, he had a baby. That's what Zari said. It wasn't me, it was Zari. So I was like, oh my God, you know Annie. Annie, if you say anything about my man, talk about my man, she be hot. So then it got so hot because Nadia, you know, Nadia be like to jump in. It got so hot. She gonna look over there. She gonna look over there at Swanky. Swanky, you gonna let them do this to me? Girl, one thing I hate is a mofo who talk the most trash. When it's time to fight, now you want to enlist innocent bystanders. I have a cousin. I want to tell the story. I don't want to tell that story because I don't want no problem. I don't want no problems. But nonetheless, please know that I have had a situation where I have been a peaceful person, minding my business, cool as a cucumber. And because someone that I am close to is now in the midst of something that they started, they didn't start looking at me to come and help save them. No, Annie, ain't no saving. You was at that lady wedding, talking big money cash, writing checks that you cannot cash. You was at that lady wedding, running your mouth to Nadia about Nadia. Okay, last year you and Swanky were not getting along. Now you want to sit at this table and act like everybody is jumping on you for no reason. Annie, cut it out. Cut it out, sis. You is doing too much. Too much. Okay, you doing too much. You know you was wrong, so now you're gonna have to catch this heat. Annie, you better learn how to fight and stop running. If you're going to be big and bad in them confessionals, if you're going to talk your mess, you better talk it direct. You better come with it. You better be prepared. Because that's something else that I'm noticing. Annie not quick with it. You see, Zara be zinging her. Bow, 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 bow. Annie be slow to get her stuff. She real quick to fall in the victimhood, but she's slow to defend herself. That's what's making me feel like Annie really be doing some of this stuff. Because when you know you right, you be ready to defend yourself to the end. And you don't have to think of what to say because you know what you're saying is the truth. So, child, Swanky ended up arguing with her again. And we're gonna keep going because they start episode 3 with this as well. Let me know what y'all think. From this episode, episode number 2, I'm kind of with the group. I'm not feeling the way Annie moving. I like Zari's new husband because I like the way he communicates, and I like the way that Lou is standing up for himself. So y'all make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Nzali Takes Africa, and I will be back with you all soon in the next video for, what is it, episode number 3. All right, y'all. Bye.